Hello. It's my hope that you are doing well and you have had a great weekend. Welcome to the Forex Crypto Hub weekly market focus. And as you all know, we normally do the weekly market focus on Sundays. That's what we're going to be doing right away. That's what we're going to be doing in just a minute. That's what we're gonna be doing. Yeah, people are still coming in. People are still coming in. People are still coming in. Somebody confirm you can see my screen. Somebody confirm you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Hello? What's up? Alright, guys. Somebody confirm you can see my screen. Somebody confirm you can see my screen before we proceed. Somebody confirm. Okay, I can see that it's well. We start with what we call sentimental analysis. Remember, we have three types of analysis. That is technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and sentimental analysis. So maybe for those who don't know, you can just go into a research to know what sentimental analysis is. So we start with sentimental analysis, and in this case, remember, we normally use my FX book. There are many sites where you can get that, as I had shown you the other day. There are many sites where you can check on that. That is now the COT report. You can check on the COT report. There are many websites you can check on that, as I had shown you the other day. Okay. So once you go to my FX book, you go to where we have community, and then you can come to where we have sentiment. Then right under where we have sentiment, you can just scroll down and you will start seeing the pairs over there. You will start seeing the pairs over there, and the first one in this case is Euro USD. So once the pairs appear, just bring your cursor to where we have the pair, and then you can now be able to see something. So for Euro USD, you can see shorts are 38% while longs are 62%. That means most of the retail traders are on longs. That is, now the 62% is made up of most retailers. Most retailers are anticipating for buys. Remember, I told you the COT report is normally released on Fridays, so it's available to traders from Friday to Friday. It's done on weekly basis. So you can see for Euro USD, so the big boys of the smart money guys and the rest, the big institutions, are under this 38%, which is the minority. Hope we are together on that. So with this kind of statistics, we can be now looking for what? We can be looking for selling opportunity. Remember, sales are the minority here. Remember, sales are the minority here. So we can be looking for selling what? We can be looking for selling opportunity. We can be looking for selling opportunity on Euro USD. We will get to fundamental analysis and also technical analysis and see what the market got for us in that case. So now so we can check the second one, that is now GBPUSD. And for GBPUSD, you can see that for GBPUSD, shorts are 45%, while longs are 55%. So in this case, again, you can see that retailers are the majority. And they are in for buys. So we, as now smart guys, will be looking for the sales as well. So look for USDJPY. You can see 84% are on shorts while 16% are on buys. So looking for buys in this case is gonna be a safe one for you. Let's drop and look on our gold. Let's go down and look on gold or XAUUSD. Let's check on gold. Where are you, gold? Alright, here it is. Here it is. Here is it. So you can see gold shorts are 44% while longs are 56%. That means this week we are still going to be selling gold. This week we are still going to be on gold sales. And if you have been following up with what I've been doing on those Sundays, you can see the number on shorts on gold is increasing slowly, because last Sunday it was at 36%. Right now it is at 44%. That means, yeah, sellers have been in control of the market for the last few weeks. That if the number continues going up, that means we might be heading towards a consolidation soon. But let's wait and see what happens. So that is how the sentimental analysis part looks. If you want to check into more complex data, you can check on the what do we call it? CF what? CFTC, something like this. Let me confirm. Commitment of traders. Yeah, but this one, okay, yeah. So gold is under, when you come to this website, CFTC, Commodity Futures Trading Commission. Then gold is under what? Gold is under metals and others. So we click on what? Long format. you click on long format. Once you click on long format, so once you click on long format, this is the data you are going to see. It's a more complete, what can we say? It's a more detailed data compared to the one we have checked on my FX book. So when you check on this, you can see under metals, the first metal we have here is palladium, and now when you look on your right hand side, you can see non-reportable positions. So these are now where retailers are. These are the retailers, and you can see on the retailers, majority are in for what? For buys. The buys are having 2,117. Then shorts are 1529. You can see below there where we have 00. This is now because of the current week. It has not yet started, right? Then we still have other reportables. Other reportables. You can see there they are 27. Longs are 27.52, while shorts are 12.84. So that is palladium. Let's just go down and look on what we need, which is gold. Let's go down and check on our thing. We have silver, then after silver we are going to have gold, the precious metal. Here it is. So we look now on what retailers have. When you check on this side where we have the retailers, you can see that is now on the non-reportable positions. You can see longs are 39,265, while shorts are 15,200, right? So this that shows that most of the retailers are on what? Are on buys. Remember, on the other side we have seen the biggest percentage are on buys, right? Yeah. Then other reportables you can see as well. Longs are the majority, that is 85, 926. But now something that comes interesting when it comes to gold, we have the first part here. We have producers, merchants. So we have producers and merchants. So these are now the guys who are doing mining and stuff. So you can see long positions on them are how many? Are 15,839. But the sales are more, 25,175. So they are selling gold. They are selling gold. That confirms to us that gold is still very bearish. Gold is still bearish. That is now sentimentally. Now when we come to where we have swap dealers, these are the guys who are doing are dealing with gold as well. Swap what? Swap dealers. When you look on swap dealers, you will see that longs is buy, short is sell, right? So you can see longs are 27,738, while shorts are 223,806. So guys, this confirms to us that gold is still bearish. Gold is still bearish. So you can continue learning on how to interpret this data, and it's gonna be helpful to you. We have checked on gold. You can check on anything, whether it's currency pairs and stuff. You can just check on them. So for us, we have done on gold, and that marks the end of our sentimental analysis part. We shift to what we call fundamental analysis and check on the economic calendar. In this case, we are going to be using my FX book. We will be using my FX book. So this is my FX book. Sorry, not my FX book, but Forex Factory. Forex Factory. We will be using Forex Factory. So when you come to Forex Factory, one thing you need to know, and I need to remind you, is that over the weekend there has been some breaking news about Iran, US. I shared some with you in the group. I believe you have seen that. So US dollar strengthened, drives 29% gold pullback from all-time high. So this is not about the news, but we have heard the news over the weekend. You have seen that there is cancellation of the talks which were to take place in Switzerland, and some other breaking news, you know. So um, we might be having gap openings tomorrow. Remember last weekend we had gaps on currencies, but on gold we did not have a gap, but it's okay. But market respected what we had anticipated. Now we come to the calendar. So when you go to my Forex Factory, you click on calendar so that you can see now the economic calendar for the week. You can see the economic calendar for that week. So tomorrow is on Monday. Tomorrow is on Monday. So tomorrow in Euro we are going to be having a bank holiday, in Italian bank holiday, and that being the case, tomorrow we don't have any major news. I don't see any major news tomorrow on Monday. We proceed to Tuesday. On Tuesday you can see what we have all here is it's a medium news, and the one which might be it's about GDP on the Britain GDP. That is quarter to quarter. We are going to be having that news release. We're going to be having that release on Tuesday. So on Tuesday again at 3:30 p.m. we are going to be having GDP month over month in Canada. So this is now the high impact news that will be on Tuesday. Again, remember it's an NFP week. NFP is approaching. NFP, remember, it's released the first Friday of every month. So the moment you see about George's job opening, just know that NFP is just around the corner. And the other day I talked about this George's job opening, ADP and farm. I explained to you all those, and I believe you still remember. If you don't, you can just go and do a reference in our YouTube channel, and all is gonna be well. So you can see there we are going to be having that release on George job opening, and when you check on the data, you can see previous was at 7.62 m, 7.62 m. They are expecting a drop to 7.2 m, but as for me, I can expect an increase on the George job opening. I can expect an increase. So that gives us a bullish dollar index that will be at 5 p.m. on Tuesday. Watch out. On Wednesday, we're going to have a bank holiday in Canada. Then at 4 p.m. we are going to be having two bank presidents speaking. That is now bills. That is like from the Bank of England. The president will be giving a speech, and also that is on GBP. And Kevin Wash, the chair to Fed, that is in US, will also be giving a speech. So watch out on that, because when these guys talk, the market sometimes be it's crazy. Later at 5 p.m. we are going to be having Institute of Supply Management manufacturing PMI. Remember I talked about what this is. It's also in the videos we have been doing. You can just check on our YouTube channel, you will see that. And that is it on Wednesday. Let's go to Thursday. On Thursday is when we are going to be having NFP. Yes, NFP will come on Thursday, and you can see average hourly earnings. Previous was at 0.3%. Expectation is 0.3%. But as for me, I can either expect it to remain, but it has remained at that 0.3% for quite a while. So there might be an increase. There might be an increase, or it remains at 0.3%. So, coming now to the NFP. Coming to NFP, previous was at what, 172,000. They are expecting a 114,000, but for me, I expect an actual greater than forecast. When it comes to employment, that is on NFP, we normally focus on actual and forecast. Actual, forecast, actual and forecast. If actual is greater than forecast, that is good news for the dollar. And if it's good news for the dollar, that means the dollar is gaining strength, and things like gold, Euro USD, GBPUSD, AUD and ZUSD are selling. Hello. Now, let's come to unemployment. Unemployment in the US, unemployment has remained high. You can see currently the previous one or the current one is at 4.3%. This time around, I expect it to drop. Last time, yes, I was expecting it. Masese, my screen is okay. My screen is okay. Anyone else with a difficulty in seeing my screen? Anybody else? Kindly check your network. You can just leave the meeting, then join again and see if everything is okay. So, I was saying that in the previous NFP, I was expecting this unemployment rate to go down, but it remained at 4.3%. So this time around, I still expect an actual less than forecast. So actual less than forecast, that means it's a good news for the dollar, because if the unemployment rate is coming down, that means more people are getting jobs, and if many people are getting jobs, that's good news for the government. Now let's come to Friday. The reason as to why we have the news on Thursday is because on Friday we have a US bank holiday. On Friday we are going to be having a US bank holiday. Yeah, and that is how the week looks like. That is how the week looks like. So, yeah, I did not mention about this. I had forgotten about ADP non-farm employment change. You can see previous it was at 122K. They're expecting it to drop to 118K, but I still expect an actual greater than forecast. So, in the whole upcoming employment data, I expect the dollar to remain bullish. So that is it on the economic calendar, guys. Don't forget to follow up on X, what is happening, because you know we have a lot of geopolitical events taking place. Anytime you can just be on the trade and get breaking news that Iran maybe have struck US, or US have done this, Israel have done this, you know. Yeah, so make sure you are on X and following up on any breaking news. Yeah, now let's proceed to the last part. Where we are going to be checking now on the on the technical analysis part. So we are going to be now checking on the technical analysis part. We will be checking on technical analysis. Which is now the last part, and then after that we can call it a night. After that we can call it a night. So this was on gold. Okay, these are different one. The analysis we did on Sunday was on forex.com. So you can see from our analysis what happened. Yeah, market did well this week. We got those sales, and yeah, market did good. Market did good on our setups this week. Actually, we did not have any stop loss hit for those guys who are in our WhatsApp group, and we are going to do a change. We're going to be now working with Telegram. So if you don't have Telegram, kindly make sure you install, set your account. We'll be working with Telegram now. I'll be working with Telegram, so make sure you set up that. Now let's start with the dollar index of the DXY. Let's start with the dollar index or the DXY as usual. So the dollar index has been doing quite well. So here we expected the market to drop then buy, but market just bought. But the most important thing there is that our analysis was respected. Our analysis was respected there, and the market went up. So let's do a fresh analysis. Let's do a fresh analysis. Let's do a fresh analysis. Remember, we normally do what we call top-down analysis. Remember, we do top-down analysis. Top-down analysis. We are doing top-down analysis. Top-down analysis. It is what it is. It is what we call it. Top-down analysis. Top-down analysis, that is from higher time frames drop into lower time frames. So that is the kind of analysis we normally do. That is the type of analysis we normally do. That is now what we call the top-down analysis. Now this is weekly time frame. This weekly time frame. So you can see last week the market took out the high of the previous week. So what I can start by doing here, I'll mark the high of last week, which is this one. I'll mark the high of last week here. I'll mark the high of last week there. So I've marked the high of last week. I will as well mark the low. I will as well mark the low of last week. So with this, you can see that recently, or in the previous weeks, you can see that in the previous weeks, the market that is on the dollar index, the market has been bullish. The market has been bullish. The market has been bullish on the dollar index. You can clearly see that market has been bullish in the recent weeks. So now with that, we have already marked the high and the low of the previous week. That is going to act as our playground. Again, we are going to check on the points of interest we have, because now if the market, this is the liquidity we have, so market is at a very strong what? Market is at a very strong liquidity level. The market is at a very strong liquidity zone and a level. So what we expect is the market to break and go up. So if the market breaks above this liquidity zone or level, where is the next point of interest, or where is the next strong point? So the next strong point is the one I'm marking here, is the one I've marked just there around 1 or 2.5. 1 or 2.5. 1 or 2.5 is the next strong point on the dollar index. Sorry about this. Let me do let me correct it. Sorry guys, my network is misbehaving a little bit. The network is misbehaving, but it's okay. Let's continue. So I was here on the dollar index, and what I did, I had marked the low of last week and the high of last week as well, and then after that I went ahead and marked this zone here, which happens to be the next supply zone or resistance zone on the dollar index, that is at around 102.5. That is it on weekly time frame. So on weekly time frame, as for now, I don't see anything that much important. So let's proceed to daily time frame. 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 Let's proceed to daily time frame and see what we got. Let's see what we got on daily time frame. Let's see what we got on daily time frame. So now coming to daily time frame. You can see at around where we had the low of last week, we have had an FVG here. We had this fair value gap here where the market tapped and started pulling back up. The market tapped and started pulling back up. The market tapped the FVG here and started pulling back up, indicating that buyers are still in control of the market. Buyers are still strong. Because now, if you check on the market and you start you try to draw your trend lines for the market direction, you will see that the market has a bullish channel. The market is bullish. The market is in an uptrend. The market is in an uptrend. I hope you can see this. It's very clear. The market is in an uptrend. Remember, this is a daily time frame. Guys. So with that being said, and that one being marked, I don't see anything important. I don't see anything else important on daily time frame, so we can drop to H4. Let's drop down to 4-hour time frame. Let's drop to H4. Very nice. Now coming to H4, the market is doing something very, very good. The market is doing something very interesting. The market is doing something very nice. The market is doing something very nice. The market is doing something very, very nice. The market is doing this, and I don't know whether I should draw it on H4 or on 1 hour. Let me check. So the market is trading inside a small channel downwards. So let me see. Okay, it's going to be better when I do it on H1. So I'll draw the trend here. I'll draw this current trend here. I'll draw this current trend of the market. That is it as well. So the market is trading in this trend. Now you start being a creative thinker. Now after that, you can see that the market might break out, and then after breakout, give a retest and go up. By so doing, the market has given us an inverted head and shoulders. I don't know whether you can see that. The market has given an inverted head and shoulders somewhere. Market dropped to this level, went up, then came down, now went up. So whatever the market will be doing here will be forming the right shoulder, ready to go up strongly. That is it. Again, we don't know how the market will open. So the market might open and decide, let me drop back, give a W, that is a double bottom, and still do what? Go up, break, retest, and then continue doing what? Continue back, continue buying. So everything we have confirms to us that the market is gonna be buying. Again, if you're going to be buying the dollar index, you need to watch this zone very careful. You need to be very careful with this zone because the market might come to this and go down. So you need to be very careful with that zone as well. So this is 1 hour, and that is it on the dollar index. So if the dollar index is going to be buying, what do you expect to happen to Euro USD? Euro USD is going to sell. GBP USD is going to sell. NZD USD is going to sell. AUD USD is going to sell. If the dollar index respects this and it buys, they are going to be on sales. For gold, I've always been telling you that gold is a special case because gold correlates about 80% with dollar index. Gold correlates about 80% with the dollar index, unlike currencies, which will correlate or correlate more than 95% with what? With the dollar index. Now let's go to GBP USD. Let's go to GBP USD. Sorry, somebody is saying that to see more people. Somebody is saying that they can't see my screen. I don't know why, but I can see my screen is okay. Is there anyone facing that challenge? So let me reshare the screen. If you're not seeing my screen, I've seen that I've just seen it pop from WhatsApp, so I don't know who is not seeing this screen. The screen is okay. The screen is okay. So I don't know. Maybe you check on your side what's the problem. So I was on what? I was on GBP. I was on GBP USD. I was on GBP USD. So on GBP USD we normally use Oanda for this. So you can see last week on Sunday, market opened with a gap and then it went up. It came and respected our zone over here. We were expecting it to go further. We were expecting it to go up further, then sell. But what happened? Market just came to our first zone there and then it respected and sold. So let's do fresh analysis and see what we are expecting this coming week. Let's do fresh analysis. Let's see what we expect. So remember, what we do is top-down analysis. Top-down analysis. Higher time frames to lower time frames. We start from the higher time frames coming down to lower time frames. No, when we are this is a weekly time frame. On weekly time frame, what I'll do, I'll mark the high of last week, and I'll also mark the low of last week, and I'll also mark the low of last week. So with these two being marked, I already have now my playground. I already have my playground. Remember, this is GBP USD. With these two marked, I already have my playground. But now below it, below last week's low, we have this zone around that level, which happens to be a very, very strong support, and there's a lot of liquidity below it. So we still have a long way to go down. Remember, on the other side, we have seen that we expect the dollar index to be going up. So if the dollar index is going up, what do we expect of GBP USD? You expect it to be going down. So that is it on weekly time frame. Let's go to daily time frame. Let's go to daily time frame. Let's go to daily time frame, guys. Now, when you come to daily time frame, when you come to daily time frame on GBP USD, I don't see anything much to mark because we have already marked almost everything important on the weekly time frame. We have marked almost everything important on the weekly time frame. So now I don't see anything here. Let's go to H4. Let's go to 4 hour time frame. Let's go to 4 hour time frame so that we can see something on H4. Now you can see on H4 the market is being selling, yes. Remember, I told you this is how the market moves. The market will go strongly towards one side. Then after every impulsive move or strong move, the market will do what? The market will correct, then make a strong move. Currently, the market is in a correction, so we expect a strong move which will go below last week's low so that it can do what? It can grab this what? Liquidity here. So we are expecting GBP USD to continue doing what? To continue going down, to continue going down. So I don't know whether it's going to be good plotting these ones here. Let me see. We had that flag, bearish flag in that case. We had that bearish flag over there. This was the first one. We had that. And also currently what we have is also a flag. It's a bearish flag or a possible one. So we are expecting these markets to continue dropping. We expect these markets to continue dropping. We expect the markets to continue dropping. I hope you guys are okay. I hope you guys are okay. No complaints. So okay, yeah, everything is okay. So we can continue. So this is H4, and H4 you can see clearly that the market is going down on GBPUSD. You can clearly see that. So now let's go to H1. Let's see H1, 1 hour time frame. Let's see what's there on H1. So now on the 1 hour time frame, on the 1 hour time frame, on the 1 hour time frame, you can as well see that the market is trading inside this channel. The market is trading inside this channel. So if you open your eyes wide, you will see this market went up, came down, went up, and then market came down. So what does that show you? It shows you that the market has formed a letter M, which is a double top. The same thing that happened here. So there's high chances that it's going to repeat itself here. The market will now break that out of that and it drop. You can see the market went to 90%, and then after hitting the 90%, before hitting the 90%, market reversed a little bit and then it dropped massively. So we expect the market to drop further. This is GBPUSD. So we will be expecting further or more sales on GBPUSD. We will be expecting more sales on GBPUSD. Remember, we will wait and see how the market opens first. How the market opens will determine a lot, because over the weekend we have had several news. So market open, maybe it might decide to go up, and then we can drop, then we can come down. GBPUSD, GBPUSD, please, GBPUSD. Now let's conclude with should I check on USDJPY? Let me see how it performed last week first. USDJPY, USDJPY. Let's see our analysis from last week, how things went. This was it. So you can see from our analysis what happened on the market open. That was on Monday. Market went up. Market went up on our direction. Then before hitting the TP, market reversed, and then it came back to a few pips to this SL. It was just a few pips to SL, then went up again up to this level. So as it looks now, this is 1 hour time frame. This is 1 hour time frame. This is 1 hour time frame. So let me check on H4. Let me see 4 hour time frame. Let me see H4. So you can see what is happening with this pair. We have had that strong we have had this strong resistance over here at around 162, and towards that level you can see the market is coming consolidating. So there is high probability that this market will go up, yes, to that level around 160, 161.9, 162, and then after hitting the level, the market will now the market will do what? Market might drop strongly or impulsively to this level. First, clear all the liquidity here. I'm going to draw a trend line here so that you can understand what I'm saying. There's a lot of liquidity here, so the market might come for that liquidity and then come back to this level or this order block here around 160. So if the market comes there, be ready to enter long buys and hold. If the market drops to this level, be ready to enter long buys and hold. I guess GBPJPY has the same setup as well. GBPJPY has the same setup if I'm not wrong. So there's a lot of trendline liquidity over here which we expect to be taken out, which we are expecting to be taken out. This is USDJPY. So this is for our time frame on USDJPY. So we expect the market to go up, then drop, up, then. Alright, so that is it. I don't know how oil performed, US oil. I don't know how it performed last week. Let me see. WTI, this is the one we analyzed on. So what happened on oil? Market open, market respected, yes, our analysis. Market respected our analysis and went up some few pips there, and then from there the market decided, let me go down. Market went up a few pips respecting our setup, and then it went down, telling us, you small boys, you know nothing about me. I am the precious metal. Sorry, I am oil. The precious metal is gold. Precious metal is gold. But now for this one is oil. This is oil. Mafura. This is oil or crude oil. So you can see the market has had this down this channel. The market has had this downtrend where it broke out, then went back for this retest, and by so doing, when you look well, you see that the market has formed a W. The market has formed a W. You can see here. So we are expecting it to go up. Also here the market has formed another W over here. The market has formed another W over here. Let me show you the last wing. The last wing of it, market came down, went up, and then dropped, and you can see where it is right now. So I expect oil to continue going up. This is crude oil, WTI or US oil. So I expect it to continue going up. I expect it to continue going up. I expect it to go up. Let's wait and see how the market opens. Let's wait and see how the market opens first. That is the most important thing, because over the weekend, as you all know, we have had some news and we don't know what impact it has. Remember, the Strait of Hormuz was closed last weekend, so that one is highly impacting or affecting oil. Yeah. So let's check on the last animal with us. That is now the precious metal or gold, XAU, XAUUSD, XAUUSD, and we're going to use commodity. The one I was working with on Friday, even though I did not share those setups on Friday, but the market ahead were these buys, which played out very nice. Yeah, I had those buys, but I did not share with you guys. I shared with you enough from Monday to Thursday. On Friday, I did not share that one, but I had shared the buy entry on Thursday. So for those who had held the trade as I had instructed, We got something good. Those who are still holding the buys, um, be alert on market open. Be alert on market open. That is what I can just tell you. Avoid leaving those open positions, because you have seen recently over the weekend there's always been lots of news coming in. So anyway, let's continue. So you can see what happened last week. The market took out the low of last week, but the previous week's low was taken out, and uh, so this low here, this one, the one you remember we had this, and the low which was used to take it is this one now. Let me mark it because there is a reason. You can see last week the market closed above it. The market closed above this. So this low, which was used to take the longest, well, the low yet here out the liquidity which was here, the candlestick which did that work, last week's candle, yes, it went below it, but it closed above. It closed above it. So that is kind of information you need to, you know, digest and start thinking critically a little bit of it. So now we have a lot of liquidity here. So below there, what is the next point of interest? Is this fair value gap over here. This fair value gap here is our next point of interest. I don't know. Okay, let me use a gang box. Let me use a gang box, and then I measure the 50% and the 100% of it, so that we can know what is the possible entry point now if things are going to continue like this. If the market continues dropping as it is doing like crazy, we see what is the next possible point of interest, entry point. So the next one is at 38. So let's say 38.40. 38.40. Watch out. 38.40. Market goes below there. Wait for it at that 790. That 790. 38.40. That 790. I hope you have written those 2 points somewhere. I hope you have written those 2 points somewhere. That is now if the market keeps dropping. The market keeps dropping. Those 2 points, watch them. Now, that is weekly time frame. That is weekly time frame. Let's see daily time frame, what we got on daily time frame. Very nice. Now coming to daily time frame, you can see the previous the last 2 days of the week the market was very bullish. And where is the market approaching? We have a very nice point of interest here, which is an order block and also an FBG. That is at 41 what? 41, between 41.36, 41.36, around that level. So I don't see anything important. I don't see anything else. I don't see anything else important on daily time frame. Let's drop H4. Now coming to forward time frame, remember how the market moves. That is something you need to have in mind each and every day. The market will make a strong move. After the strong move, the market will correct. After the correction, market will make another strong move. Currently, the market is in a correction. So we don't know if the correction will come up to how we have our point of interest, and then from there we can have another strong move downwards. We can have another strong move downwards. And there is something I forgot. There's something I wanted to share with you and I forgot. So I'll be doing it right away. This is H4, guys. This is 4-hour time frame on gold. This is 4-hour time frame on gold. Now you can see where we have the current market slightly above there. We have this fair value gap, and you need to watch this very carefully. That is at around 41.10. 41.10. Write that point. 41.10. Between 41.0 from 41.06 4106 to 4110. 4106 to 4110. We will be getting our entries there. If the market fails in those 2 points, that's now when we can go for the zone up there. If the market fails on the 2 zones I've mentioned, that's when now we can go for this between 4130 to 4190 zone. But as for tomorrow, watch the ones I've just mentioned. The ones I'm using these lines here. 4106 to 4121. Look for those levels for possible sells. We are going to be having our possible sells from there. And remember, below I talked about 38 what? 38.85 and 37.80. Those are the other points you need to watch below there. So let's watch here first, so that we can get those sell entries and we can swing our sales. Once you get that sell entry, guys, try and swing it. Try and swing so that you can at least enjoy. So the kind of pattern I'm getting here is this one, an expanding one on 1 hour. 1 hour is giving me this expanding channel. So guys, as I've just told you, watch these 2 lines very well. Watch them. So I'll expect the market to come up here, and then from there I can look for these long sells. I was saying I forgot to share with you something. So we have this website, I've talked about it several times. We call it Hyperliquid. Hyperliquid mostly deals with crypto. There's still a coin. It has its own coin, which we call it Hyperliquid. So you can see, man, BTC is melting. BTC is melting like, hey. So let me check on gold on this. Let me check on gold so that I can share what I wanted to share with you. Don't know why it's okay. Login with email. So I don't know why it's not